What's going on, everybody? Maker Mods here, back at it again with another new video. This is going to be part 2 of my Audeze, or should I say Audeze Penrose review. Now, I didn't realize that I had left out a lot of things in part 1 that would help you guys make an informed buying decision. And I'm really sorry about that. This has just been the first time that I ever reviewed a pair of headphones. And so I didn't really know, I guess, what was missing until I did. And I thank you so much for all of your comments and your feedback and like, hey, can you do this, please? Do that. I know it's just been so helpful and made me really think about the content that I'm creating and how to make it better. And so I appreciate every one of you, and really I thank you so much. The things that we're going to be going over today are, number 1, an updated mic test. I left this in the comments of my prior video, but I realized that I hadn't maybe given the mic on this headset really a fair shake. So I'm going to be doing an updated mic test and possibly lowering the input gain as well as messing with the distance from my mouth to kind of measure how the proximity effect really changes the tone and the sound of the mic. And I've noticed a couple really interesting things as I've had a chance to play with these headphones and use them for the last 24 hours or so. And so I wanted to kind of clue you in on those, especially as it pertains to the microphone. Next, we're going to be doing a wired versus wireless test as it kind of compares the sound, wired and wireless. Obviously, the wired version is going to be better, but we bought these because they are wireless. And so I wanted to see just how big the difference is. Also, I'm going to be testing the microphone as it's wired and wireless and have recording samples for all of those, as well as just kind of look at the subjective sound quality. So I wanted to compare this headset versus other headphones and other gaming headsets specifically, like the Arctis 7s, the Arctic Pro Wirelesses, Cloud Flights, because those are all headsets that I've used in the past. Well, I haven't used the Pros, but I have used the 7s and the Cloud Flights. But I don't have them with me today. I got rid of them, I gave them away or sold them. And so it wouldn't really be fair to go by my memory. I think, I could slip it in there and kind of just talk about what I remember the differences being. But the only other set of headphones I have with me are the Sennheiser Massdrop HD6XXs. And the Sennheisers are obviously different. I'm running them through a, digital analog converter. And they're open back compared to the closed back design of the Penroses. But I will kind of just speak on how I perceive the audio quality as being. Another thing of note is people have been asking about a hiss and a noise floor being pretty high. I hadn't noticed it when I was first using them, but after I read those comments, I put the headphones back on, and at least in the wireless mode, there is a pretty bad noise floor, but we'll talk about all that. The next thing I want to talk about is the Audeze HQ software. Do a brief demo. I have been messing around with the software, and I found something interesting about the software, and it's a little bit of a letdown, but we'll definitely talk about that, and I want to show. One thing I wanted to do that I got a request for was showing the receiving calls feature, how that works, because apparently you can connect this headset to your phone via Bluetooth while using the 2.4 gigahertz wireless using the dongle with your computer, for example, and you can take a call while listening to your in-game audio. And so I want to, see how that works and just at least show it in action. I think that's going to be it, and we've got a lot of ground to cover, so yeah, let's get started. This is the microphone test for the Audeze Penrose, and this is wired. I have it plugged in via USB-C cable to my computer. The microphone is about 1 inch or 2 fingers width away from my mouth, and it's kind of angled at my left lip edge, if that makes sense. Okay, and so I realized I haven't been really giving this microphone a fair shake, and I noticed 2 things in particular about this mic. First, if you put the mic right up against your mouth, there's a really bad proximity effect, which is pretty normal. But in my initial review, I had that coupled with the mic volume set at 100%, so there was clipping and distortion. Now I have the microphone further away. I've set the level of this mic or the input gain so that it'll be just under 0 dB, which is where you want your audio to be generally speaking. And so I'm trying really hard to keep my register and volume kind of stable and just, trying to talk at a measured and normal pace, exactly how I would be talking if I was in a game or something like that. So this is the wired sound test for the Audeze Penrose. Now I'm going to unplug the wire and let's see how this thing sounds wireless. Testing, testing, testing. Now this is the exact same mic position, same volume, same everything. I haven't changed anything, but the mic is now wireless. So you should be able to hear or not hear a difference. I actually can't tell through my side tone, but I will definitely check that out in post as well. This is the microphone, and once again, I had that same, I haven't changed anything, so it's about an inch away from my mouth. And I have the volume or the mic gain set so that it'll be right just under 0 dB. Another thing I noticed about these headphones is something kind of interesting. So normally, you'll have your headphone volume on a scroll wheel. This headphones actually has a mic volume scroll wheel, and you can adjust the mic input gain just through the lower scroll wheel on the headphones itself. And yesterday I had that set to the max. I don't know if I said that in the wireless test or the wired test. Sorry, it's pretty late and yeah. But anyways, so here is the wireless sound test. Okay, and before I forget, I wanted to talk about the setup for this mic test. I have the microphone recording directly into Reaper, which is my DAW of choice. I'm still using the evaluation license because I haven't decided if I want to try out other options like Audacity and things like that. But overall, I mean, Reaper has been pretty cool. There's definitely a learning curve, and one of the things that I had to learn was this right here. So, okay, I have to stop the recording to view this page, which sucks. But basically, I have the microphone set in my Reaper preferences, and I changed the bitrate to 48,000 because that's what I had been set in my Windows settings. I wanted to show you this. I might just try to show you after, in silence. I'm just gonna have it open um, for this. So let's do this actually. So let's turn it on. You could see this here, and I'm gonna stop the playback now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to test the feature where we get to see the calls coming in. I'm connected to my phone via Bluetooth. I'm connected to the computer via the wireless dongle and by USB-C because after just like 3 hours of use, pretty much constant use, I guess, the battery's already at 42%. And so I wanted to, basically I'm just charging. I also noticed that if you unplug the USB dongle, it doesn't work in USB-C mode. You'd have to use it in the aux mode, like with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. My problem with that is I don't actually have a way to connect this into my computer via 3.5 millimeter headphone without going through a lot of contortion because I don't have front panel audio and my rear panel audio is not long enough for the cable that was provided. And so I didn't want to go through that test. I don't know how many people are going to be using this with 3.5 millimeter audio. Like I said, you get this because it's wireless. And if the wireless isn't, working well, or if it's not what you need, then I don't think, like, they're way cheaper and arguably really, really good headphones that are not wireless that are significantly cheaper than these. So I'm really mostly concerned with the wireless performance. But anyways, so here is the test that we're going to be doing. Where I have connected my phone to Bluetooth. I have it connected, the headphones connected to my computer via USB. And one thing I'm already noticing that I really don't like is I'm getting this weird line level hum in my headset. And I don't know why. It started happening right when I connected my phone via Bluetooth. And so I'm trying to figure out how to use this as well. What I did up till now was I've connected everything and then I put it back in wireless mode. So let's see how this works. By the way, this is all being recorded with the included Shure microphone. So that's, I mean, the quality is not bad, I have to say. I really have to, put my foot in my mouth on this one. But anyways, so here we go. We're gonna start playing some music. Okay, and here is the call. I'm gonna actually turn the music down a little bit. All right, let's see. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call my phone, and let's see if it works. Okay, so the call is coming in through the headphones. I don't know how to answer the headphones. I don't know. Oh, here we go. If you short click the power button, it will answer the call. Hello? Yeah, and it's working great. Okay, this is gonna be kind of weird, but I'm gonna try to hear my own audio quality, call quality. Testing, 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 testing. Yeah, it sounds actually really good via phone calls. I know you kind of have to take my word for it, but it sounds really good. Oh, wow. And that was a little weird. Sorry, I just like jumped out of my seat a little bit because as soon as I hung up the phone call, um, and I've hung up on the caller's phone, so I wouldn't have control if it was someone else other than myself that was calling. I hung up on my calling phone, and so I guess the iPhone processed the answered call, and the audio on the Penrose spiked to 100%, and it shocked me, and it kind of hurt a little bit. No, it hurt a lot. But yeah, so the call feature works well. I have to say, the microphone sounds really good in a phone call, and so that's definitely a great big plus. It worked seamlessly. There wasn't really any lag that I could perceive or any latency, I guess. Although I definitely cannot measure that. Overall, this feature is definitely pretty cool. I don't know. The battery life doesn't seem to be stellar. I'm getting what 3 hours and we're down 50%. Um, I don't know, because I started recording everything at about like 6:30, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's like about 4.5 hours. So real world use constantly would maybe be at about 9-hour battery life, which is less than I think they were claiming 16 hours rated. But I'll try to use them a lot more and then get like more updated or real number. But overall, yeah, I'm very pleased with the call answering feature. Okay, next I wanted to show the Audeze HQ app. This is specifically for the Penrose. I was a little disappointed by this app. I kind of alluded to that in my intro, only because of one thing. So if you click profile, or let's do this. If you unplug your Penrose, right, you can go to the Mobius software, and this software looks crazy. Like there are so many options, so many things that you can adjust, right? Whatever these are, HRTF, head circumference, inner aural arc. And so you look at this and you think, oh wow, my Penrose must have a lot of different tweaks and things that I can do through software. But this is all related to the 3D and stereo or 3D sound that the Mobius was known for. But here we are. I'm going to plug my Penroses in via USB. And then as soon as, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. As soon as it realizes that you don't have Mobius, the application will crash, which is, not that cool. And then you open it back up, that's fine, whatever, and you are met with this dinky little Penrose Mix amp app. All you get is you can determine if you want side tone, turn it on or off. You can adjust the wet dry, or I guess the game and voice mix here, and then you get some EQ. And I haven't figured out how to set some presets, but the other thing I noticed is whenever I adjust anything on here, nothing really happens to my sound. The one thing that does actually happen though is so my mic volume was only at 28%. Hopefully it didn't like spike. But when you adjust something, like nothing really seems to happen. The audio gets kind of cut in like a weird way, like just the volume, not even that frequency. So I think there are some tweaks that still need to be made in the Audeze HQ app. And I was a little bummed that we didn't have all those crazy options like I thought we did until I realized those were for the Mobius. Another thing I have to mention is I'm still using the Penrose's mic, recording directly into OBS. And one thing I realized is when I recorded into Reaper, for some reason, the sound was sounding a little like muffled or odd. But then when I record into OBS, it sounds a lot better. And when I heard it over my phone, it was a lot better. And I'm beginning to think that there is some sort of machine learning technology that okay, I don't want it to sound like way crazier than it is, but there's definitely something going on here under the hood as it pertains to the mic, and I think Reaper doesn't pick that up. Like Reaper gets just the raw signal, but what you hear in OBS and what I heard over the phone, it's a lot clearer, and it's really honestly it's amazing. Um, I was second guessing myself. I kept thinking that I had recorded the phone test segment with my Shure SM7B because it sounds really good, and I was very impressed. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't say enough good things about this microphone in both wired and wireless modes. And I guess while I'm at it, I can also just say I have not noticed a discernible difference in wired or wireless mode. Now, remember, I haven't tested the 3.5 millimeter jack, but at least when it comes to USB wired versus wireless, there doesn't seem to be a difference. Noted, I also unplugged the USB dongle and then the wireless mode, or it doesn't work just with a USB connection, like this, for example, the Steel Series ones did. Although maybe those didn't either, simply because the hub was always plugged in. So actually, yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone was asking for me to test wired versus wireless, but in my honest opinion, the wireless sound is amazing. And I can't imagine it getting any better or louder, or better, honestly, through a wired 3.5 millimeter jack. Whatever Odyssey has done is simply phenomenal in every aspect. And I am eating crow over and over as I'm, spending more time with this headset. It is simply just it's insane. And I am just I'm blown away by just how good they've made everything sound in this. Last thing I want to address is the I should say the high noise floor. I kind of figured out what's going on with this, and I was clued in during my mic test as well. Basically, people are hearing a lot of hiss. It's because of their side tone, and specifically, it's also because their mic volume is too high. What's happening, I think, is the microphone is picking up the sound from the headphones themselves. So it's kind of like it's like a negative feedback loop, right? It's just like going over and over, like, and then it's getting amplified, and you're hearing that hiss. What obviated that for me was I turned down my mic volume, like I said, and I basically that noise went away. And I didn't touch my headphone volume at all, so it had to have been the mic picking up. It's a sensitive mic, I guess, and it was picking up the output from the headphones, and that was what was causing that low noise hiss. The one thing that I do have to say about this set of headphones is there was the weird like line level hum when I was connected to both Bluetooth and wireless. Interestingly enough, now I mean I think I'm still connected to Bluetooth and wireless, but that hum isn't here, so it comes and goes, I guess. Yeah, like right now, I don't hear it at all. I'm just doing another call. You can't see this on your end, but um, yeah, I mean, I don't hear it at all now. So it seems to be like an intermittent thing. Maybe they can do some tests and figure out what's going on with that. But okay, this review has gone on way too long. I'm sorry if I still missed some stuff. I know I wanted to do like Bluetooth sound tests, but we already know Bluetooth is not going to sound as good. So I don't feel like that's really necessary either. But final thoughts, guys. This set of headphones, it really blew me away when I spent more than, a couple hours with it. The sound quality is insane. With my Tidal, I just signed up for the free 30-day trial of Tidal because I wanted to really see like how good are these headphones, and they're really really good. Um, and I was watching YouTube videos with them. I don't want to say things like hyperbole, but yeah, it's just a really pleasant listening experience. I mean, nothing sounds too crazy. I think the app definitely needs work. That line level hum. Hopefully, they can figure out what's going on with that. But it's intermittent, so maybe it's not reproducible. I don't know. But the app definitely needs work. I would love to see some more features in the app. I don't even know how to save presets at this point. But overall, so like let's click into device info and the firmware. There's like nothing there. It's overall it's just not very well developed yet. But I think that they'll definitely get it done. And in all honesty, guys, like I wholeheartedly recommend these headphones if you have the money to spare. Like don't go to the poorhouse for these things. It's not gonna elevate your life, that much. But as far as headphones and gaming headsets go, I cannot imagine myself being more pleased with anything else. They've checked all the right boxes. I guess battery life we'll have to see. And once the app gets a little more, things going on, features, then this will literally be the best thing since sliced bread for gaming headphones. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I know it's dragging on a little bit, and I just want to thank you once again for just supporting my channel, for watching my wacky rambling and learning and just yeah, growing pains as I kind of figure out what it means and what kind of content I want to make. But thank you so much for staying with me. You guys are in it with me literally from the beginning. I made my first YouTube video like a week ago. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. I can't do this without you. I really appreciate you all. Yeah, and I'm Maker Mods, and we'll see you all in the next video.